Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I'm crafting with the Spellbinders Glimmer of the Month and Wax Seal of the Month for August 2023. Apologies for this video coming out so late. I could not for the life of me find one of my glimmer plates, so maybe I should get myself a backup set of plates. But the glimmer of the plate this month is ginormous. You can see it off to the left there, and I think it's so beautiful. It would be awesome for larger cards, like 5x7 cards, and it would be beautiful as a background for a USA 2 size card, but I'm going even smaller. This little note card it's actually just a bit of scrap that I had left over from another project. I must have die cut a frame or something, and this is what fell out. But it just happened to be the right size for what I want to use it for. So I decided to foil onto this little note card a foil that I've had for a while, I just don't pull out to use very often, and that's my black foil. Black hot foil might feel a little bit underwhelming because it ultimately ends up looking a lot like a stamped image, but I think that's actually a good thing because that just means that you can then use your glimmer plates to give you the look of a stamped image if that's what you're going for. It doesn't always have to be a really shiny metallic, something like a gold or silver hot foil. So I do like having the black foil. I think it's nice to have that in my stash, and I just need to remember to bring it out and use it more often. What's awesome about this month's Glimmer of the Month is that it does have this additional option for you to pick up separately the stencil set that is an add-on to it. The stencil set is 4 stencils, and they aren't layering in the sense that they'll give you that ability to sort of color the flower, for instance, as a kind of a dark, mid, and a light, but rather each stencil colors a different area of the glimmered image, and it doesn't overlap with a previous or another opening or another area on the stencil. So this is great because it just helps you to color an image so quickly, and it's so easy to line up. I'm not even using anything special to hold it down. I'm just holding it down with my hand. So it's very forgiving, really easy to line up. And if you're like me and you're a slow colorist, I've really started to appreciate stencils like these because it's so fast to color up an image, and this is just a small portion of that glimmer design, so really having the stencil set is fantastic for such a large glimmered image. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna fussy cut this because it is part of a larger design. I want to isolate this flower and some of the leaves that are attached to the stem so that it actually looks like it's meant to be just that one flower. So I'm trying to cut right like directly on that foiled line, and I'm a terrible fussy cutter. It takes me forever. This portion of the video here, I've sped this up 10 times and it still looks like I'm fussy cutting rather slowly. So that just goes to show how slow I am at fussy cutting. And this is why I'm not the biggest fan of fussy cutting, but I have to say I do like these scissors. These are the Spellbinders scissors, and they're actually really good for fussy cutting. It makes it tolerable for me. So, and that's saying a lot. Now, what I have here is the Envelope of Wonder. This is that large piece that is your main envelope plus the top flap. I mentioned in my previous video where I crafted with this set that if you wanted to create this as a functional envelope, that I recommend gluing these tabs for the two sides and the bottom on the inside of the envelope. And so I wanted to show what I meant by that. And this way, when you close that bottom flap and you attach it to the two sides, it actually hides the glue tabs on the inside of the envelope so that it's not visible anywhere on the front or the back of the finished envelope. So this little envelope is really cool. I also glimmered using some of that black hot foil onto the front of my envelope to make it look a little bit extra special. And here's how I made the wax seal that I attached. Now, this is another material that I have in black that I just don't craft with enough, and that's my black wax. But to make it a little bit extra special, I'm sprinkling on some gold embossing powder. And do you see how shiny it becomes? That's because the wax was hot enough to melt that embossing powder. And it just makes your wax seals just a little extra special to have that little sprinkle of embossing powder over it. And the other thing that I've done is I've made little drops with my wax seals before and sprinkled on some of that, just a dusting of gold embossing powder, and that makes it look pretty wonderful as well. So it's a fun little effect that you can add to your wax seals just to make them a little bit different so that the design comes through a little bit nicer, as you can see here. So here's my final envelope. I did attach my wax seal just to the top portion of that flap. That way you can still open and close it without actually having to remove the flap completely. And here's a side-by-side comparison of the black hot foil on white and colored in using the stencil versus the black hot foil onto craft cardstock. Two very different looks, but really fun, and it just shows you how versatile a large glimmer plate like this can be. I love how the glimmer design extends from the main portion of the envelope to the flap as well, so you can kind of see that when you turn it to the back and open up your envelope. So really fun. I need to remember to craft more with my black sort of media supplies like the wax and the hot foil, because I think they are just a lot more fun to craft with than I give them credit for. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye.